was My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
When I look at the sorry state of the black community, the destruction of the family, the loss of integrity. When as a young boy, black shot down every day for 2 years without stopping on the streets of Philadelphia, and the same in Jacksonville and Chicago and in Detroit. When I look at what we are as black people, I'd rather be dead than to continue to live and call myself a black man against such statistics. I don't want to be one of you. I don't want to be one of you weak men, weak people. I'd rather die. Death is welcome rather than to call myself you spineless black men. No strength. Don't take care of your children. Can't feed them. And you don't have any integrity, and you won't listen to truth. I'd rather be dead. Come on with it. You'll do me a favor. You'll make my day. But while I have life, while I have breath, while I have strength, I'm going to keep on preaching to you black people until you get the strength of God, the power, and the wisdom of God back in you. You better kill me. That's what you better do, because if you don't kill me, I'm going to deliver you. Black people are the most racist people you've ever seen in all your days. If you know a black person, he or she is a hardcore racist. Black people are the most racist people on the entire earth. Nearly 96% of black people voted for Barack Hussein Obama because he was black. He's black, Pastor Manny, and we black racists have got to stick together. Church mother said to me, because they weren't judging by the character, they were judging because they are racist black people. These jobs that black people do are given to them because, you remember, Rosa Parks not only could not drive a bus, but she couldn't ride in front of the bus. So little racism have gotten black people bus driver jobs. Post office, go in the post office. You think you'd fall into a tar pit, it's so black in there. Racism. Racism. And racism not only as a result of how they got the jobs, but racism meaning that's all they qualify to do. They don't have engineering skills. They don't have technical skills. They don't have administrative ability skills. So they have to get a job with security where all they have to do primarily is just kind of show up and keep breathing, and they can get a paycheck. Racism. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you, there's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing. And you know, black people always walk around with a chip on their shoulder because they're black, daring anybody to say anything to them. And our society has been hijacked and kidnapped and pushed into a corner where no one can say anything publicly about black people. If you do, they call you a racist and a bigot. So the true thoughts and true dialogue between white folk and black folk cannot go forward, because you cannot speak your mind or the truth without being called a racist if you say anything about the spirits of black folk, the habits of black folk, the spirit that black folk are full of, black men are full of abandonment, they're full of murder, they're full of robbery, and they're full of violence. Now, that is not to say that all black men are, but 70% of them are. 70% of them desert their children. 70% of them don't marry the mothers that they father children through. 1.2 million of them are in prison. And this has nothing to do with white folk or slavery. So we can't have a true and meaningful dialogue about race in this nation, because if you say anything against black folk, you will be drummed out of town and out of church.
It was my little